Hey friends, so this is Rachel starting off the episode with my friend Angelina, who I've known for such a long time. She's an incredible psychic and healer and shaman, and she lives in Australia. And so I was just telling her that Intimate Aliens makeup today looks like all of the colorful birds where she lives, and she was going to say something about that. So we figured we'd hit record.
I love it because when I saw you, because we haven't even had a chance to talk about how you actually got into, doing the show and, what spirit has actually inspired you to start this. So I was like tapping in, and all I could actually see was, so it's just, the other form of you. Does that make sense? It's sort of like it's not even human. So it's like you're trying to imitate the colors of what's happening within inside you. So it's like it's really beautiful, you know what I mean? And I love the green because the green is always healing, isn't it? But it's always the heart chakra, the love, so it's all that fun, unicorn, because I've been seeing unicorns everywhere, like a lot of unicorn Pegasus energy, and which reminds me of something that I predicted like maybe 3 years ago or something like that. I always saw that, when it came to divine masculines and feminines, that it's sort of like the masculine energy was going to, sort of like come in, but the divine feminine was just going to be shooting off, doing her own thing, into kind of full power, energy. And she starts off, with motorbike, and then, like a unicorn, and then it stems into a Pegasus. So she's climbing the Pegasus, and then she just takes off. That's it. Like there's no more here on earth kind of energy, and then it turns into light as soon as she gets into a connection of union. So it's like more the evolution of the feminine is like evolving so fast. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's that kind of energy that I'm kind of feeling anyway, so it's a good thing.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
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 I like,
And I
so I just wrote a short film yesterday about a woman who, on her 25th birthday, turns into light. Like she just evolves into light, and she knew that's what was going to happen, and she was excited about it because like she wanted to like rejoin the universe in full form. And it's just funny that you're like kind of bringing that up nonchalantly.
it is it's such a beautiful evolution that's happening, even like because I've known you for quite a while, and like with you and your work and everything. I took your intuitive art course too. I loved it. Did your business course too, which I found it was the motivation and everything to help me out. So like I love you, so because it's just beautiful. But so like as because you're a medium too, and it's we're evolving and changing so fast. I'm not the person that I started off, like it just it took me like this huge transformation just to get out there and talk to everybody and just to be out there. And well, you motivated me too, because you made it look so easy. You always make it look so easy, like it's natural, you know you know but I remember the year that I met you, it was like this huge awakening for me. At the time I was married to somebody else, and going through this huge spiritual change, so that I can help others more, because I always used to do readings, but it was always low key and everything else too. um and then I did a sweat lodge too, like around the same time as I was, doing your course too. And in a combination with that, in the sweat lodge, it was I kept on saying the words, "I want to be seen and I want to be heard," and then that took off, and then it's like the real me came out, like the real, you know, person of who was hiding, because I was a little bit shy, a little bit, doubtful about how I was going to present myself, to the world. And then, Spirit was like, it's not about you, it's about everyone else. It's not, stop thinking about how you're going to look on the camera, how you're going to sound and everything else too. It's like they've got control of everything. And I know you work that way too. You're just like, okay, Spirit, you do your work, you do your thing, and kaboom, here we are.
Yeah, and it's more fun that way. I get in my head too sometimes, and it's just not fun. It's not fun to be in your head or hold yourself back. And I love your journey. You make it look easy too, so welcome to the club. Well, I guess speaking of people who make it look easy, not that she's really a person, but Intimate Alien is the queen of that, and we're wearing her shirt today.
I love it.
Thanks. So why don't we bring her in and you guys can chat?
Okay, cool.
All right. Oh, we are here. We are so pleased to meet you. It has been a long time. We have seen you through Rachel's eyes for a long time, and we have definitely chatted before, but just not on this planet. So we are so happy to meet you. Hello.
Oh my gosh, hello. I love this.
Yes, we do too. So we feel very comfortable with you. Especially, so you are from Argentina, is that right? Yes,
Correct, yeah.
Pleiadians have a lot of energy there for some reason. Do you know that?
I know that. I've encountered, the meeting of you, of all of you, and it was very a memorable time, and obviously a beginning of a new beginning for me too.
Yes, yes. You are in the club. You are one of us. We are so happy. So, what would you like to talk about today?
I would love to talk about maybe the activity that's happening around with, I feel like you guys are sort of like trying to come in and, interact with us a lot more. I know that one of our missions, as mediums and, healers and everything, is working alongside of you guys. And also, I know that all those that are star seeds, and we have this beautiful connection, and you guys are showing us too that yous are here. Does that make sense? Because
Yes,
I
yes.
before I even saw it here in the 3D, before I even saw, when I went to Argentina, I went to Cordoba, and which is a high energy place too, and there's a lot of UFO sightings there, and I kind of knew already as soon as I hit Argentina that I was going to be in contact with you guys, and it was to show me that the connection is real, that the connection of the information that I was getting was 100%. Does that make sense? Because
Yes.
I was excited, and when we went there, I went there with my family. So I'm gonna we're talking about that, aren't we? Okay, we went there with my family, and and we went to this place called the City of Elks, and that's where I saw you, because um, it was a beautiful experience. I don't know if you want to talk about that, but I
Yes,
feel
tell us for those people who are watching.
okay. So I went to Cordoba, which is another little place, closer to Buenos Aires in Argentina. And in that town, there is a lot of believers in the, with UFOs, and they call them omnis. And there's this little mountain there, and we got taken by a tour guide, and we were going to go to see the City of Elk. So it's a city that you can only see at night time. You don't see it during the daytime. During the daytime, it just looks like land. I went there with my auntie. I went there with my cousins, which really have no experience spiritually with things at all. And then there was 3 cars. It was nighttime. It was around 12 o'clock at night, and we were on our way there. And then all of a sudden, the energy changed in the car, and my guides were like, "Look up, Angie." And I looked up, and there was 3 stars. So like it looked like the 3 stars from that we can see here in Australia. And I was like, "Oh, look, the same stars." And my guides are like, "Keep on looking," because I get distracted easy. And all of a sudden, the 3rd star decided to come down. So I actually saw the 3rd star come down, and then it was a spacecraft right next to our cars. We stopped. We just all looked, and what was interesting was that it kept still. It was quiet. There was no noise. So I was in my own skeptic mind as a human, even though my higher self knew what it was, but my human mind was, there's got to be a helicopter. There's got to be something, on a, like on a string. It was like, it's got to be something. And but then when my cousins took like a video of it, it was actually moving faster than what our eyes could actually see. So it was actually, moving around, and but in our human eyes, it was just still. There was no noise, nothing at all. And then it actually went smaller, and it went right into a mountain. So like it just went fast, zoom, like into a mountain, and disappeared. And then when we continued our journey, went over to the city of Elks, we actually saw the star follow us back, and then it stopped. It was a beautiful experience because where the city of Elks was, there's all these lights, and there was one specific one. So, like, say from a tower from that city, it just was doing like a most chord and code. My English is terrible, and then all the kids were like, "What are they trying to tell us?" So their intuition, and I think the youngest one was like 12 years old. What are they trying to tell us? Are they trying to say something? And so like I tried to tap in as a medium, and all I heard was, "We'll see you again." We will see you again. So it's was a very big experience. There's just one little part there that I missed. It's like while we were staying there, it's like it's very cold, it's very windy. I felt the urge of just walking away from where the others were standing there watching. And it was so windy, I had this huge jacket, and then all of a sudden where I stood, like everything went quiet, everything went still, and I felt a presence next to me. My cousins and my auntie were like, "Come over here," because it's nighttime. "Come over here. You're away from us too long." But it felt like a second to me, but it felt so quick, like. But for them, it was way too long, and they're like, "What are you doing over there? Just stay here." So they could feel something too that was going on there, and but that was my confirmation that the things that I was trying to communicate with the star family was true. And for me to continue believing in the things that I hear from spirit, sort of like not just believe anything that you see here with your human eyes, but also believe also the things that we're feeling and hearing intuitively, and as mediums and healers, because I know that you all connect with us because of our abilities, because to try to help humanity, and that's how we're going to work together in a collaboration. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes. Well, we do not see anything wrong here on your planet. We are just attracted to those of you with an interest in us and with your hearts open so we can be seen by you. So yes, we stand with you. We are here with you. We are in joy with you.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That is so beautiful. So what do you feel like when it comes to the purpose of connecting with all the star family that are here still on Earth? So how do you what's the purpose? What's the because I know that there's a lot of mediums out there that, that connect and do what Rachel's doing too, which is amazing, because at least through this channel we get answers with things like that too.
Well, our purpose, Rachel's purpose, is to experience more, to realize that you are not just people with bodies, right? It is to have a fuller experience of yourselves, and to be able to feel your higher dimensional energy on this planet, because what a relief that is, right? That is allowing you to enjoy yourselves more and to relax more and to experience more well-being and to use your spiritual talents, right? Your true power. So it is all of those things. And really, though, really, because what we are is joy, what you are is joy. It is about getting there. It is about feeling that. That is why we are here, to feel joy.
It's like the highest vibration is love and joy and anything that is high vibrational. And I feel like when it comes to most of the star seeds, they have been trying to show humanity about love, but it's not just love romantically, but love for themselves, because I feel like most humanity has gone numb, and think that society needs to be a certain kind of way. And this is where this is why I love people like Rachel, trying to bring back the inner child, bring back a higher vibration, for everyone to remember who you are. It just reminds me of the Lion King, remember who you are. It's
Yeah.
that kind of, yeah, it's like Return to Innocence, that song too. It's like returning to your actual soul self, of your true authentic, because that program of what society tries to put into us is not real. It's man-made, but when we come into this earth, it's like we're just this pure energy source with intentions of evolving. So our limitations are limited. So with a combination of mediums and the star family, it's like a great, huge work is being done, which I love. It's so important for humanity to start looking more inwards. And with that vibration alone, you're actually bringing in the romantic love, the love and passion for your work, which is amazing. I love my work, and I can tell you that I love and enjoy my job so much, because I love seeing people evolve and change, from doubting themselves, and sometimes even being in an illusion of other people, and feeling like they have this expectation with family. So family has been a big thing lately too, especially for those that on the twin flame journey, not worrying about what some family members or family actually think about us, because sometimes we worry too much about how we look like, or how society sees us. Does that make sense? Because I don't know, I'm just following what they're telling me to say. So, because
Yes.
yeah, because I feel like I feel that we need to do more of what we feel, not on what everyone else is doing, because that that, kind of world, wasn't working for humanity. It's, I'm not saying it in a negative way. So
Yes,
when
but
people,
and it doesn't feel good. So that is a pointer right there, right?
absolutely, absolutely. It's more following what's inside you than, anything else. But I'm feeling great about this because I also do twin flame card reading. I do other readings, like I said, for your development too. And I do healing and that too. But most of my followers are all about the twin flame journey, and that's really about your self development, because I don't like to combine them both. Does that make sense? I don't like to combine them both. I don't like it to be all about the masculine. I don't like it to be
Oh,
all
yes,
about
now we
the,
understand. Yes, yes.
it has to be about yourself. It
Right.
has to be about your own evolution, about yourself, you know. Um, and I know that, Rachel and I, we've gone through this journey ourselves, and it hasn't, been an easy one, but in the process of it, the good and the bad, it's like we've found ourselves, we found, because everything has a reason, you know.
Yes.
Um, yeah, so I took a lot, so don't I? I just like,
Well, we feel the spirit coming through you, and Rachel has not seen you very much in the last few years, so we like it. You continue being you. We love it all.
yeah, it's like I said, I'm very passionate about it. I'm very passionate about, humanity finding their true calling, their true selves. And depression is a big thing I'm feeling here. Depression is a big thing. It's, here in Australia, so I don't really know how it is, overseas too. But here in Australia, it's a big, huge thing, especially around the young people. And I'm feeling like there needs to be more light workers. There needs to be more interaction with the star family, in collaboration together, to be able to talk about, being, their true selves, because there is a lot of, people coming out that they're bi, a lot of people coming out that, they, they're not feeling comfortable in the physical self that they are, so they change. And the world is responding to, we're accepting you, you are loved, it doesn't matter that you're different to society, as long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're doing what is right, as a human being, because there is still rules, as a human being in morals and things like that too. But if you are, different, if you're gay and things like that too, you are who you are inside, and that is beautiful, right? Um, but I feel that, you know, nothing fanatical, nothing that goes over the limits with anything. Because food, you can be fanatical about food, and doesn't work for you because you get too big. But when it comes to, being, say, an artist, and your dad wants you to be a dentist, it's like, it's more to do what you feel, because in that passion, being happy, being in your center self, you'll find that everything works out for you. It
That
doesn't work out for you.
that is what we wish to impart to all as well, because you are just so right there. If you do what you feel is you, then all is well, because you are in alignment, and not not just what you are doing is in alignment, but all of your energy, all of your allowing, all will work out.
Absolutely, because that's, the law of attraction. You need a high vibration for it. If your thoughts are in your negative with anything, like, even though you might say, okay, well, I know who I am, and I'm an artist, and I know that I'm good. But if your thoughts are, well, nobody's going to buy my paintings, nobody's going to buy my statues, and or whatever I'm creating, nobody will. Nobody will follow that. But I feel that if at the end of the day you are totally believing in your path, um, it's like, for an example, for whatever reason, it popped into my head. If you're saying, okay, well, I believe that I love a certain person, um, being being in love or loving somebody else, whether they return it or whether they don't, so that you've learned this unconditional love that people like Rachel and I, we've learned about that. It's like we've had a privilege. It's been a hard journey, but it's to love somebody is such a beautiful gift. The expectation of something returned, sometimes it's either for this lifetime or not. you know but you never regret the fact that you set love and love energy to another human being, because that's a beautiful gift. But it's sort of like, at the end of the day, never wait for anybody. I feel like spirit is trying to tell you it's the time right now for you to move forward, let go of anything that's holding you back, move absolute forward into your true self. Don't worry about what everyone else is really thinking about you, because nobody else is living your life. Okay. um, and then do what you want to do for work. Because that also has to be a passion. It's not just about uh, physical, romantic, love. It's about the what you actually do, because it's like, at the end of the day, you can have your person, but you can't get lost in the relationship. You can't have a whole codependency on the other person. Does that make sense? And I love, because with spirit and my star family, they've been teaching me and motivating me to tell humanity, it's time for us to raise the vibrations, because we're trying to create a new earth, you know where this is where you guys and us, we're working together.
Yes,
um
just like here. We are
Absolutely.
already doing it.
We're already doing it. And for those that are actually watching us, I have a great feeling that there's a lot of psychics and mediums and healers that are out there, light workers that are watching us right now. And this is where we're trying to confirm with everyone that it's just time for us to unite, to start spreading the word a little bit more, to raise the vibration, so that especially the new generation that's coming needs to learn the tools not to get into depression, not to get into their heads, to walk more in their path, to follow what spirit is trying to give us all these tools. And like I said, we got help from the star family, and we've got help from our guides and angels. And then we have the light workers here on earth. So there's so much help. It's you can't, the illusion of that you are by yourself is an illusion. It's not real. All you have to do is look. All you have to do is ask the universe for help, and then you'll see that help does come. Because that's just it is. Because it's law of attraction. You ask and you shall receive. That's just how it is. The universe listens to you, and because I can hear someone going, "But I ask for help all the time."
Well, you
You
have
have
to let
to.
it in, right? You've,
You
you've got to
have.
be able to let it in, which means you need to know that it is coming once you ask. So you stop asking once you ask, and then you say, oh, okay, I will now wait for you.
I love that. I love that. You so Rachel, can you tell us about how Rachel, she's such a great manifester. to with things, with everything. She manifests everything you want to actually create, or workshops or anything like that, or moving, because I remember used to be in New York and then moved into Arizona. Was that right?
Yes, she lived in Connecticut, right next to New York. Yes, and then to Arizona, and then on a wild goose chase around the country, and then to Utah. Yes.
I love that. So how's the Star family trying to connect with us more in different ways? How do you feel?
Well, it is funny that you brought up depression, because a lot of your, as we say, collective your, not just you, your star family is usually what makes you feel so strange and weird on your planet. It is you bringing forth your unique energy from living in many different places. And that urge to express those differences here is usually what you fear so much. And when you stop yourself from expressing that natural part of you, you do get depressed, because it is so depressing to not be yourself. So when Angelina is saying, follow those cues that you have, be yourself, be the role model for expressing who you really are, that lifts your depression. It is far worse feeling for you to be depressed than to receive possibly a negative comment about being your true self. Because when you are being you, when you are embracing that maybe strange energy that you feel, it feels really good to you. It feels so natural and at home. And for those who do not feel at home on this planet, it is because you are not bringing your home here. You need to set up your camp and be yourself and create your own reality and your own support system. And then you will feel much more comfortable here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that. Um, I, I know from my own personal journey trying to be accepted. So for me, being a medium and a star seed myself, um, I always felt different, and I was very quiet. So more of an observer and very quiet. Always afraid of saying something or being noticed, or saying something stupid. Honestly, just saying something that somebody would say, that's stupid, that's silly. So I was always afraid. So as a teenager, I'd always be more quiet and everything else too. So for me, I knew inside of me that I was loud and that I was talkative and that I like to have fun, and that I could get noticed and everything else too. But I wasn't ready. I wasn't comfortable and trusted most humanity anyway. So I kept on seeing more of the negative of humans than I did the positive of everyone else. But the strange thing was that I felt like I wanted to help. My mother used to always say to me, stop being Joan of Arc, Angie, because you can't save the world. And I always used to say to myself, well, what if I could? What about if I can? Like I felt like she was limiting me, with her own belief systems and her way of thinking, because my family are Jehovah's Witnesses. So for me, it's like I'm completely expelled and lost, or you know, connection with my human family here. So it's like for them, they completely see me different and everything. But I made a decision to live, to live in this lifetime, to even if I had made a mistake, I want to find out what love is. I want to find out, who I truly am. I didn't want to be limited to their limited belief system. So their journey is completely different to mine. I like to socialize and be happy with everyone else and enjoy being here on earth. I think that learning shamanic, practices help me ground. So those that practice Wicca and, shamanism and things like that too, do drumming and everything else, you're connecting more to Mother Earth. Be here in the present. Be here now. Don't think about, so much the future. Be here in the now. Be more connected to the tree spirits, and then you learn to love Earth, because this is your experience here now. You're like, yeah, okay, you don't belong here. Okay, you're a visitor. You're having a human experience. This is part of your evolution and a part of a test. Go with it. Go for it. Because the thing is that every time you pass a certain test, it could look like it's a tower moment, could look like it's a dark moment, could look like it's uncomfortable. But the thing is that an assignment will not be given to you unless you were capable of. So that means you are stronger than you actually think that you are. So that's amazing. The thing is that it's a choice whether you choose to sit there in pity for your own self, or just sit there and do nothing and waste days, years, whether as you could just be getting up and it's a conscious thought. The second that you make the choice of, I'm not staying here, I'm moving forward, spirit go, thank God, okay, great, we got movement. And they put everything else into action and help you and align you. It's just an amazing journey. Like I said, I am proud of my own self that, you can have a transformation of being such a quiet person that the world really doesn't see, to someone that, just being my true self. And it doesn't matter whether I can speak English properly. It doesn't matter that I'm overweight. It doesn't matter that I'm 5 foot nothing. It doesn't matter, all it matters is that I love my job. I love helping humanity. I love, my experiences, as a medium, as a healer. So I surprise myself as, time goes on, because it's like, gee, I didn't even know I could do that. So so this is, I think, one of the biggest, messages is to try to, help, humanity get out of the darkness and into the light, and help more, with tools that, for those that are, in depression, tools that there is things like Reiki healing. Some people don't even know what Reiki healing is. That's energy healing, and it's the most beautiful, energy from energy source, and everything that is around us on earth to try to help and align you, um
Yes, and we just want to say that it can help to think about others when you are in a place of sadness, but you just being yourself is often the spark that other people are looking for. So we will wrap this up here and just say that if if you are feeling like you want to be more of yourself, which who doesn't, because it feels so good, there are so many wonderful tools in this episode here that can help you out. And just remember that it is your choice and that we are always at the ready to assist you when you want us. We are always here waiting for you. And thank you, Angie, so much for being here and being on this episode with us. It was so wonderful to meet you here.
Many blessings. Thank you for all the help and the guidance. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Where can people reach you if they would like to connect?
On Facebook, I'm Angelina the Psychic. So you'll see my page, and I've got live feeds there. So I do a lot of, card readings live. You can see that. I'm also on Instagram as Angelina the Psychic. So you can reach me there. So like I do personal readings and long distance healing too. Yeah, so it's so easy because I got a book now button too on my page, so it's very simple, and I look forward to connecting with everyone. I really do. I look forward to helping people on their journey.
We are sure you do. We cannot wait to connect again. So thank you again. Thank you for watching. We love you all, and we will see you soon. Bye for now.